Well, hi everybody, I'm Scott Stanchfield, and thank you for showing up. I actually had some people show. Woo! Not like that last talk. We had a great showing for that last talk. That was awesome. This is a little bit more of a niche topic. So we're going to talk about some code generation and some parsers and editors and fun stuff like that. First thing I want to talk about is the basic concept of a domain-specific language. A lot of times when you're writing code, you're thinking in programmer mode, right? You're sitting there and you know your code, you know how to talk to the computer. But if you're trying to design something for other people to use, one of the things you want to try to do is move it so it's speaking more of their language. And by their language, I mean like if they're a mathematician, they're going to speak something that looks a lot more like mathematical formula. And the more you can represent the input to your program in a way that they're going to understand, the easier it's going to be there for them to do their jobs. One of the things that we can do as programmers is make our own lives easier too. So you might be writing a whole ton of boilerplate code every day for writing Java beans, for example. Rather than repeatedly writing that over and over again, if we take advantage of a little domain-specific language that describes what we want our model to look like and set up a code generator, actually write code for it, can make our lives a lot simpler. Now there's a bunch of different ways you can approach code generation. One of the things I like to bring up front is there are alternatives. So one alternative is you can use reflection. So at runtime, you can take a look at your program, you can take a look at annotations in your program, and figure out what you want your code to do, and figure out what your code means, and maybe add extra code on top of that. You can use dynamic proxies as another example to implement some of your interfaces for you automatically. If you take a look at my site, javadude.com, and go to articles, there is an article on there, actually it's a talk I gave for this group a couple years ago, I think, on dynamic proxies. And it goes through all the different fun stuff you can do with those. Really worth a talk. But this we're going to approach a slightly different